So come and stand in the space for me, guys. My lighting has gone a bit funny today. Fabulous. So your feet are hip width apart. Have a little shake off through the body. And just check in with yourself. I'm just going to change something on mine as well, if it'll let me. No, probably not. Okay. So hip width apart, nice soft bend in the knees. We're going to inhale and reach our arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, press down in front of you like it's a big button. Inhale to take a jumper off. Feel it up through the side of the body. Exhale to press the ceiling away. Inhale here. And exhale and round, contract over a massive beach ball. So feel your belly button draw back. Open up through the back of the shoulder blades. Shake out through the arms and the head, and then unroll all the way up to standing. And we go again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, press down in front. Inhale, cross the hands across the body, peel your imaginary jumper off. Exhale, press the ceiling away. Inhale here. Exhale, bend and soften the knees round and contract, draw the belly button back towards the spine. Open up through the shoulder blades, maybe have a little shrug, a little wriggle. Shake out here, and as you lengthen your legs a little bit, start to turn your pelvis like it's a big set of wheels and unroll all the way up to standing. Take your feet a little bit wider for me, and we're going to allow the knees to bend as we allow the pelvis to move. So you're going to let your upper body move as well. Pendulum swinging through the hips. So as you go to sit back, almost like you're doing like a single bent knee lunge if you were in a different class, you can allow that knee to soften, pelvis comes forward, knee bends. So you'll get inner thigh as well as the glutes. Just having a little wriggle. Yeah, look at all these hips swinging. Good work, team. And make sure you go in the opposite direction. So when you're coming away, that's it. You'll bend through. You can send the hips forward. I want to be taking up as much space as I can. Lovely. And then come and shake off back into center. Inhale to shrug your shoulders up. Exhale to slide them down with relief. And again, inhale, shoulders up. And exhale to soften. We're going to do 2 roll downs. So we're going to soften your chin to your chest. Allow the breastbone to slide. And you're going to roll down through the spine. Belly button draws back towards the spine. Arms hang from the body. A soft bend in the knees if you need it. As you pull yourself all the way down to your toes. Inhale down here for me. And exhale, stand down into the feet. Lengthen the legs. Turning the pelvis, unroll all the way up to standing. Allow the spine to cascade back into place. And your eye line to be the last thing to come up. We inhale to prepare. Exhale, soften, sliding the breastbone, rolling the ribs. Belly button draws back towards the spine. Any little wriggles or adjustments you need. Soft knees the whole time for me, team. Hanging out here. Give the head a little nod and a shake. And then unroll all the way up to standing. And allow yourself to settle with ease. So we're actually going to start the way we would in a fundamentals class, but we're going to pack in a lot more exercises than you would in the fundamentals. So fundamentals, we might only put 8 exercises in. We've got about 18. So what you can do, like you always like to do, is bring yourself to the end of your mat. Cross the hands. Take one foot back behind you. And see if you can sit yourself down without using your hands. First test. Well done. I'm going to grab a hair bubble. Ooh. Lovely. And then lie yourself down on your back for me, guys. Nice and relaxed. Feet in parallel. Arms by your side. Take a little moment there. I'm just going to adjust my screen so I can see you in this top one if I need to. And maybe this one a little bit as well. Fabulous. So you're lying on your back. Feet can be hip width apart. Press the body, softens into the mat. Take a little moment here to make any adjustments, wriggles, clicks, or twists. And then a few big deep breaths. So inhaling in through the nose, exhale, soften, sigh out through the mouth. Allow your body to surrender into the floor. Allow the mat to support your body, so you don't need to be holding on to anything here. So sometimes it helps to move. You don't need to stay perfectly still for me. And then take your focus to your pelvis, your belly button and your pubic bone, and start your pelvic clock, your little tilt back and forth. So belly button comes back towards the spine, you'll imprint into the mat with your lower back, and then you send your pubic bone away from you. Keep rocking, this little nod through the pelvis for me, guys. And if you've never done Pilates with me before, we like to talk about your belly button being 12 o'clock and your own pubic bone being 6 o'clock. And this is a big clock face on your pelvis. And that you're tilting the pelvis back and forth. It's a gentle rock. It's not a hip thrust or a squeeze of the buttocks. It's really gentle, and it's very small when you're laid on your back as well. So that's your 12 and 6, your belly button and your pubic bone. Really nice. Just ease into the lower back, and then we're going to go right and left for your 3 and your 9 o'clock. And again, you're just having a little check-in. I'm just looking at my lesson plan. I can't read what that's. And then see if you can go all the way around that clock face. So can you soften the belly button back towards the spine, 12 o'clock, go around to 1, 2, 3, away to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's very small. We're checking in with the range in the pelvis and allow the rest of the body to move if it needs to. The rib cage, the head may have a little nod as well. And then take it in the opposite direction. Nice, easy breath. Not thinking or preoccupying yourself too much with the rest of the body. And then you allow the pelvis to go quiet. We keep it there. We're going to take our focus to our arms. You're going to sweep both arms along the floor, energy out of the fingertips, and you're going to carve them, arc them up and back behind you. Internally rotate the palms to face each other. Reach those big thumbs back towards the floor. And then just carve them, arc them, reach them back the way they came. So just feel these big rainbows for me in the space above you. As you go up, you internally rotate the palms to face each other like you're holding a big box. It's just a more efficient line for the arms, and the shoulder blade can come underneath the armpit. Lovely. Keep going. We're going to do 3 more. And as most of you know, this is really good for head, neck, and shoulder organization. Can you now take your focus to your breastbone and your ribs? Can you keep them lovely and soft? Can you use as many exhalations as you can? Taking it as slow as you want. And allowing the rest of the torso to stay quite quiet. So you're really working through the shoulder girdle. And the arms can go wide if they need to as well. Head doesn't have to adjust. The rest of the body doesn't have to get involved. The ribs can stay lovely and soft. Right. And then bring your arms back down by your side. We allow our focus to come back to our pelvis. Our 12 and 6, 3 and 9 want to stay really level. As we press the right foot down into the floor, can we allow the left leg to float up with ease? Our 90-90 position, knee over the hip. And then bring that foot back down onto the mat. As you press it down into the mat, the other leg can float up with ease. And keep repeating these, your femur arch, your 90-90 legs, your tabletop legs, whatever you know it as. And if it's really familiar for you, then start to take your focus to the pelvis staying quiet, the rib staying soft. You're not holding your breath as you do this. And maybe start to play around with the force and pressure you're putting into the floor with the standing leg. Maybe see if you can really activate and stand down into that foot to allow the other one to float up with ease. Fabulous. Then float one leg up to tabletop, leaving it there at 90-90, and bring the second leg up to join it. Fabulous. We're going to allow the toes to come down and tap the floor, and then bring that leg back up, and then the second leg. Toe tap and back up. Same thing wants to be happening like it did when you were just doing those 90-90 legs. Now the body can stay lovely and soft, the ribs sigh into the floor, the pelvis, 12 and 6, 3 and 9 isn't rocking and rolling too much. And if anything's kind of taking you out of alignment, then just stop. You don't need to tap the floor. You can move within the range that's there today. If you're happy with that, you're very welcome to start to scissor those toe taps for me. And a recommended exhalation, nice easy breath, consistent, a little bit percussive almost. And then can you stay here and flex the feet? And can we go for heel taps? So we're just going to go 8, 7, you can scissor them if you're ready to go for 6, 5, 4, 3, I'm not going to go as far with one leg because it's pulling me out of alignment. 2, 1. 5. Good. Tuck those knees in towards your chest. Have a little rock and roll. Maybe you want to stretch, maybe you want to twist. So just listen to your body. Anytime you take a pause, a check in, do that. Okay. Good. So we're just taking a look at working through the hips. Now move on a slight angle. Your feet are going to stay in a parallel position, and we're going to take a look at an exercise called bent knee opening. All that's going to happen is you'll roll a little bit on the outside edges of your feet, and your knees will open. With control, with the same sense of awareness, same quality, same pace, and then you'll draw in through the inner seams of the legs to come back through to parallel. So they're not dropping out and they're not having to be pulled back in really quickly. It's quite slow, an angle, and it's going at the same time. So you're nice and relaxed, and you want to imagine that the inner seams of your legs are yawning open. The knees are reaching out to the diagonals of your room. You'll roll onto the outside edges of your feet, and then you'll draw those legs back in through the inner seams of your leggings, your shorts, your trousers to come back through the center. Now the whole way through, your pelvis is staying lovely and quiet, not rocking or rolling too much, and this is quite small. You're just stirring in the hip joints. Same pace, same quality, same distance, and coming back through nice control, deep abdominal work. Bent knee opening. Lovely. Now stay here and let's take a little look at your single leg version. So keep your left leg resting down onto the floor and allow the right knee to open. You might want to keep a little eye on the left leg. It's going to want to try and help. So we want to try and counterbalance, figure things out. So really stand down into the left leg, keep the pelvis neutral, allow the right knee to open to the point where the rest of the body doesn't move, and then draw that leg back in. And just do 5 on that right leg for me. So you're checking in with all the little wriggles and adjustments the body's trying to do to compensate, and then come back in. And it just allows us to focus really deeply on that thigh, that ball and socket joint, and the ability, so as in the inner leg, allow it to open, coming back through. Keep breathing for me. 2 more, maybe 1 more. It's quite slow, it's quite consistent, it's got a nice awareness to it, and then draw back in, and then we allow that left leg, or that right leg, to press down into the floor, and we allow the left leg to open. And maybe we notice that the range is bigger, smaller. If the body wants to help and compensate and support the leg opening. It's quite a small, deep, quite internal feeling, that opening up and drawing back up through the pelvic floor, almost feeling that attachment to the diaphragm. Lovely. Making this your last one on this side. But going a little bit deeper, taking that focus to just check in. And then we want to do them at the same time. The body loves symmetry. And often we find there's a better quality. It can go a little bit further. It's understood. It's learned principles as single legs. And then it can work together a little bit better. So just do 3 of those, bent knee opening, both of those inner knees reaching away, and then being drawn back up through the center of you. One more time. Very nice. And then just do another little shake out, a little wriggle. Turn myself around a little bit better. Any head cushions that you've been using or needing, can you take them away from me? Please, guys, we're going to prepare to bridge. So you may want to bring your heels a little bit closer to your sitting bones. Arms rest by your side. We stand down into the feet. We feel that tilt of the pelvis, the belly button draw back towards the spine, and we peel the spine up off the mat. Reaching those knees over our toes, yawning open through the hips, and keeping the ribs soft. Move my arm out of the way. That's it. Inhale here for me. And then exhale, soften and release all the way down through the breastbone, the ribs, the neck, the lower back. Open the sitting bones, maybe even the pelvis drops a little bit into that 6 o'clock. We inhale to prepare. Exhale, stand down into the feet. Feel that tilt of the pelvis, that roll of the belly button back towards the spine, and peel yourself all the way up. Knees are parallel, big toes are standing down into the floor. Open up through the hips, soften the breastbone, reach the knees over the toes. Stay here for me, everybody. You're all really comfortable with this exercise. Give the glutes a tiny squeeze for me and see if you can soften your breastbone down. Good. That's what it feels like. Definitely. So imagine this pelvis full of helium floating up towards the ceiling and your breastbone heavy, soft, melting into the floor, and then continue to let it melt all the way down through the rest of the spine. You just get a little bit more out of that lengthening as you come back down. Do 2 more for me in your own time. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, stand down into your feet. Feel that tilt of the pelvis, feel your spine all the way up, reach your knees over your toes. Inhaling at the top, and then exhale, soften and lay yourself all the way back down, sitting bones open. Last time, stand down into the feet. Imagine the sitting bones sliding together. They're yawning up the backs of the legs as you open the fronts of the hips, reaching those knees over the toes. Inhale here. Exhale, soften and lay yourself all the way back down. Keep the feet in a parallel position. Take the arms out. You can windstream wiper the legs side to side. We will do the classical side to side in a bit. This is just a little bit of fun mobility. Coordinated if you've got someone else in the room. Well done, you too. Good. And then come back through to center. Interlace your hands back behind your head now for me, guys. Thumbs behind the nape of the neck. You're drawing that hairline up. That's it. Elbows wrap around in your peripheral vision. Feet are in parallel. And we're going to look at your chest lift. So we inhale, soften the chin to the chest. Exhale, slide the breastbone, roll the ribs. Breastbone ribs, breastbone ribs. Come on, take a peek at your knees. Inhaling at the top, and then exhale, soften and lay yourself all the way back down. And again, inhale the chin to the chest. Exhale, soften, rolling through the breastbone of the ribs, the heavy head hanging back in your hands. Inhaling at the top, and exhale, soften and come back down. We're going to do 2 more. I want you to imagine that the pelvis can stay neutral and the abdominals stay long. This is for your upper thoracic. Exhale, slide the breastbone, roll the ribs, heavy head. Breastbone ribs are rolling, you're melting back and up behind you. Inhale at the top, exhale, soften and lay yourself all the way back down. And just go one more time for me, guys. Inhale, prepare, exhale, soften, slide the breastbone, roll the ribs, curling up, take a peek at your knees. Very nice, everybody. Inhaling here, exhale, soften and lay yourself all the way back down. Good. A little screen to be looked at. And then use that in several exercises coming up. So we're going to float the legs up to tabletop 90-90, and then we're going to hug them in towards your chest. Hands into thighs, thighs into hands. Have a little wriggle and a rock around here. Now this hands into thighs, thighs into hands is a tug of war. It's that sense of push-pull, as we know, for our assisted roll-up. Heavy feet, like they've got clogs on them for me, guys. Really heavy, heavy feet. We inhale the chin to the chest and exhale and press the thighs away into the hands into the thighs, and we curve up into our chest lift. It's a really nice way to get into your chest lift. Stay here and have a little wriggle, a little walk out through the spine, a little shrug. Good. And then lay yourself all the way back down. Breathing is key here for me, guys. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, soften. Send the sides away from you, rolling through. Hands to sides and hands. Find that connection. Let your feet hang really heavy. And note you're now at this new balance point, this pivot point in the body that could get us somewhere, but I keep pausing because I know I need to go back down. On this next one, we're going to keep pressing the thighs into the hands into the thighs. We're going to have an obsession with your open belly button, and you're going to roll up to seated. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, soften. Press the thighs into the hands into the thighs. Heavy feet, and curl up to seated. Inhale to lengthen here. Well done, everybody. Exhale, turn your pelvis first. Don't collapse the body. It's very different. See if you can start to come off your sitting bones. Hands into thighs, thighs into hands. Find that big C curve in the spine and lay yourself down with control. If we can get down, we can get up. Right again. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, soften the chin to the chest. We slide the breastbone, we roll the ribs, press the hands into the thighs, thighs into the hands, we curl up. And lengthen the spine once the shoulders start to move. Remember, it's strategy. It is a strategy. You're learning something new for the body. Fabulous. Stay here for me. Have a little shake off and turn yourself around if you're side on to face the camera or screen. Fabulous. So sit with your legs cross-legged. Looking at my lesson plan, I don't understand my order, but we're going with it. Okay, go for a little stir. We've been doing this recently in class, so if you've been in class, we're going to stick to some stuff we've done recently so that it's familiar with the body. You'll come off your sitting bones totally fine. We're having a good old stir in the hips. And make sure you go in the other direction. You can stir your pot if you want to. It just helps me. I don't know. Excuse me. Nice. So this is a seated cross leg. Change your crossing. In such creatures of habit. How does that feel? Good. Mix it up a little bit. Fingertips come out onto the floor, just slightly in front. They're probably in line with your knees. Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. As the right arm reaches up, the right hip drops down. We find that opposition and we inhale to prepare and then exhale, soften and bow over in the wind. A lovely side bend. Fanning those right ribs open. So you feel that they're opening up. Remember, the shoulders away from the ear, the ribs are over the hip. We're just having a little moment here. We're going to inhale to come up, and we're going to exhale and check in with the other way. So this is what our body, our upper body is going to be doing. Now you're letting the ribs fan open on the left side. Ideally, the palm is facing that way and down to the floor. You're reaching through the little finger, prepping for your mermaid. Good. Come back up to seated. Now, full mermaid for us brings us into a Z sit. So bring your left leg in front and your right leg back behind you. You're in your Z sit position. Remember, you don't have to be on top of that heel. Ideally, you want to have a bit of space. And ideally, we want to have both sitting bones on the floor. You can support the more seated hip if you want to, but we'll just have a little yawn. So take your focus to your right hip. You're going to lengthen your right knee long and away, let your right hip yawn open, your sitting bone will come up off the mat, and then you're going to soften and bring it back down. You're just having a little stir, bring this hand onto the floor to help support you, and then drop it back down. That's it. And you can have your hands into the front of that hip flexor, your thumb back there onto the piriformis glute med, giving that a bit of support and encouragement, coaxing, and then sit back down. Nice. Hip health, hip mobility. Good. Same time all that little stirring has happened. Let's take this into a twist. So as you yawn open through the right hip, reaching the right knee away, sitting bone comes up, go for a little twist, hand comes onto the left knee, take a little peek back behind you over your left shoulder. And exhale, soften and come back through the center. We reach that right arm up. I hope that I am mirroring you all okay. Our left fingertips come out to the floor. And we exhale and soften and bow over now into our full mermaid. Ribs are over the pelvis, like you're in between two panes of glass. That palm is facing down, you're reaching through the little finger. And you can use this hand to stabilize you and almost press those hips back down, those sitting bones back down into the floor. You're very welcome to experiment with taking the hand further away and having a little press. You'll activate and get a little bit lower. Or you can almost play your rib cage and bring your hand in a little bit closer and have a little bit of a press, and you'll get into that armpit area. So you can kind of play your own rib cage like a little scale up and down. We're going to inhale and spring up to center and exhale and pour the other way. Check in with your QL. Good. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, soften, bow. Nice and relaxed. Inhale and exhale. Stay here over on this side for me. On your next exhalation, you're going to shine your breastbone down towards the floor. So rotate. Reach through that little finger. So the right little finger is reaching long and away. This big diagonal sling along the back of the body to the left hip. And open towards the front. So imagine there's a big X along the back and the front of you. And we're just highlighting that big seatbelt along the back of you. Exhale, rotate. And then come back through the center. Inhale, spring up. Exhale, throw it the other way. Very nice. And without using your hands, can you change your sit? Challenge accepted. Right done. Oh, not as happy a hip, maybe there's stuff going on. So we start to do the yawning open and the sitting back down. Just checking in, allowing it to have some space. Relax these feet as well for me, guys. Good. So the sitting bone comes up, the whole pelvis tilts, and then it sits back down. So both of them are getting a little stir. That's it. Hydrating, drawing fluid to that area, allowing it to find its range, getting into anything fascially that's got a bit sticky. On this next one, feel free to take your twist all the way around. The left hand comes onto the right knee, take a little peek over your right shoulder. And then soften and come back through. Reaching that left arm up. Inhale here. Right fingertips down. Exhale, soften and bow over. And again, stay here. Take some time to let the body yield to lean into this. Feel free again to play the scales of your rib cage if you want to. Checking in with anything. Good. Inhale, spring up. Exhale, soften for the other way. You'll be getting easier and easier now to move in your lateral flexion. Your big side bends. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Stay your over on this side now. On your next exhalation, shine your breastbone down towards the floor. That little pinky's reaching. Inhale to open up. Exhale, soften and rotate. Inhale to open up. Exhale, soften. Sorry. And open up. And spring back up and pour the other way. You don't have to stay right anymore. Yes. Shake out, let your feet come in front of you, windscreen wide for the legs side to side. Well done with your hip mobility there as well for me, guys. That's all right. Did I? So we're going to come and lie down on our backs again. So hands to the sides, thighs into hands. Use your assisted roll down to go down. Take a little moment to release the feet, release the head, neck, and shoulders, and have a little shake by there. Taking a look at drawing through that chest lift that we just worked on. I'm going to float one leg up to the tabletop, and then the other. Interlace the hands back behind the head. Exhale, soften, slide the breast and roll the ribs, curling up. Inhale to reach the arms long. Exhale, hold on back behind the thighs, come up a little bit higher. Inhale to bring the hands back behind your head. Exhale to soften and come back down. What we want to do is move into our 100. So we inhale, chin to the chest. Exhale, slide the breastbone, roll the ribs. We're going to keep this upper flexion in the upper spine. And then we want to reach the fingertips long and away. Now hold them back behind your thighs and just have a little shake out here and check in if you can remain in this position. Knees bent. You may even want to glue them together. If comfortable, you're going to lengthen the fingertips long and away past your hips. You're going to inhale and pump for 5. And exhale. And in 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Anything going on behind the neck and the shoulders, you can support the head with one hand and switch. Remember that you're reaching through the fingers and you're pumping down through something quite dense, so you really want to feel that energy. Anything going on with the lower back, please release one leg down onto the floor. So just keep checking in. Good, and if you wanted to, you could lengthen one leg away. You want to increase the challenge. And draw back in. Inhaling for a pump of 5. Exhaling for a pump of 5. I've stopped counting. Let's go for our last one. Lengthen both legs away. Inhale. And exhale. Stay here and reach through the fingertips for me. And see if you can lower the legs just a little bit. Not changing anything in your spine. As soon as that lower back starts to pick up a little bit, that's our range. Inhale for 5. And exhale. Big reach through the fingertips. Flexion. Inhale into the back of you. Keep that energy. Good. Hold here. Again, nice thing. And hug the knees in towards the chest. Head, neck, and shoulders come down. Have a little rock side to side. Sneaky 100. That's okay. Keep a hold of that right knee for me and lengthen your left leg long and away on the mat. Kick out through that heel and flex those toes back towards you. That's it. Have that lovely sense of opening through that hip, this deep crease, and then send that leg long and away to join your left. And then draw the left knee in towards your chest. Feel free to kick out and flex through the right foot, the toe reaching back towards you. You can release your head, neck, and shoulders down, guys. Keep it lovely and wide. Relax your jaw. Do a big toppy for me. That's it. And then lengthen both legs long and away. Allow your arms to come overhead and have a little stretch. Checking you can see me okay. The lighting isn't great today. Come back through. We float one leg up to tabletop and then the other. We've got one last abdominal exercise. The next one's a little bit, but it's deep abdominals. So here we go with both legs in 90-90. Interlace the hands back behind the head. Soften the chin to the chest, curling up. Breastbone ribs, breastbone ribs. Fabulous. We lengthen the left leg long and away from us. Bring our left hand onto our right knee. And our right hand down our right shin. With a little bit of press, you can press the hand into the knee, the knee into the hand, and even the shin. To just get yourself a little bit deeper in that flexion. Exhale here. Inhale, exhale, switch. And switch. For our single leg stretch. And switch. And switch. Really use the hands into the knee if you want to stay in that flexion. And remember that the exercise is called a single leg stretch. So take your focus to the big toes of the leg that you're stretching away. That's it. Last one to either side. Same thing, allow the head, neck, and shoulders to come down onto the mat. Have a little hug, a little rock and roll of the hips, of the spine. Anything going on in the neck, gently let your head turn to one side, nice and slow. And in the opposite direction. Just check in there for me, guys. Lovely. And then we're going to do an exercise called side to side. So Go for a slight angle. The arms are going nice and wide, probably palms down. What you want to try and maintain are the shoulders down onto the floor as well, and the rest of the body quite relaxed. Float one leg up to tabletop and then the other, and glue those legs together, inner seats, ankles, knees, and thighs. In particular, you want your knees to stay in line with each other the whole time. So remember, they are glued together. What's going to happen is the legs are going to tilt towards the right. You'll pick that left hip up off the floor a little bit. The knees will stay in line with each other. And we're checking in where that bite point is, where we find our edge. Exhale, soften and draw yourself back through the center. And exhale to tilt in the opposite direction. So as you move to your left, that right knee is almost reaching a little bit over the left knee to keep them in alignment. There's a sense of control. It's not being flung one side and then the other. We can stay here and have a full-on conversation. And then we soften the ribs down even more into the floor to bring the legs back through the center. Taking the legs side to side. So they've got like a little very slow pendulum. Tick-tock, side to side. Keep them glued together. Keep those knees in line with each other. They so easily can come apart if you don't pay attention. You literally are lifting the whole of that pelvis up as well. And we're working through your deep internal obliques here. So imagine the big X now on the front of you and quite low down. So along the lower abdominals, lengthening and allowing you to tilt to one side and then drawing you back like a really long elastic band. That's it. And back through. Last one to this side like this. And then we're just going to have it on for 2 repetitions. So as we allow to drop to the right, they stay in alignment with each other. So just check that they are in alignment with each other. Can you allow the left toes to lengthen a little bit further? The knees stay glued. Fabulous. Bring that foot back in line with the other one and then draw yourself back through the center. Inhale and exhale to tilt to the left. Right toes lengthen away. We add leverage to this hold. Draw that foot back in. Soften the ribs down. Come back through the center. Last time either side. We tilt side to side. We lengthen the top leg, the top toes long and away. Drawing it back nice and slow. And then soften and come back through the center. Last time. Lengthen the top leg long and away. Come back through. And draw yourself back through to the center with one leg down. And then the other. I would windscreen wiper them side to side. And I would definitely have a stretch. I'm going to talk to your quads now anyway. Yeah, good. How are we all doing? Everybody okay? Nice. You're racing through this. Lovely. We're going to come to lie on your side. You don't need any props for this. You're going to support your head with a bent arm. And effectively, your body looks like this. In line with itself, legs in the triangle formation, and we just whoop, turn you onto your edge. So you're side lying now, guys. Top hand, I'm not going to do right and left. I'll do top and bottom legs and arms. Top hand presses into the floor to let you figure out where that space needs to be in the collarbones. Your hip over hip, knee over knee, foot over foot. This is my favorite side lying prep this week. We press down into the floor to wind through those collarbones, and we drop that heavy, heavy bottom leg into the floor, so much so that the top leg can float with ease. So because this leg is pressing down, this one can come up quite easily. We're letting it float. We're focusing on what is stabilizing us, not on having to pick up the leg. We're not picking the leg up, it's floating up with ease. You're then going to keep that leg bent. Its position, its shape doesn't change. As you allow the knee to come through to the front, creasing at the front of the hip, and then yawn open through that hip and send the knee back around underneath you. It's not even going back behind you, guys. So you're creasing at the front of the hip and the knee comes through, and then you're sending it away. The shape, that triangle position of the leg does not change at all. That's it. pelvis thing lovely and long, and you got to coordinate you two. That's it. Keep going for me, and I'm just going to show you what it looks like side on. So effectively, all you're doing is a 90-90 knee float, put on your side, and when you send the knee back down, you're coming into a bridge position. The beauty of it side lying is we access a little bit more range in the hip. Gravity's in a different position. You can actually really softly fold quite easily and get that leg through. And even better still, you can yawn open. So if you've always found bridging really tricky, do this first. Now I know none of you do, but just in case you get those sticky moments, it's a great way of allowing it to open. On this next one, can you send that knee down and away from you? And just now take your eye line and take a little peek. So it should be that that knee, it's almost like you're kneeling, you're standing on that knee, your heel is back behind you, you can really open up through that hip. Then soften and fold and come back through. And now kick this top leg long and away and lengthen it out. So now it's as if you're standing down onto that foot. If we were to stand down in line with the hip. Same thing, I want you to crease like you just did and allow the foot to flex forwards. And then point the toes and send the leg down. And creasing at the front hip, flexing forward, and pointing the toes and sending it down. Now, of course, this feels different because we've now added on your lower leg and your ankle and your toes. So we're pulling on your back line of fascia a little bit more. You might feel that in your hamstrings and your calves. If it's too much, stay with the bent knee version because it really just oils open the hips. Effectively, the thigh bone is doing the exact same thing. All we've done is just add on more of the rest of that material, the muscles, the tendons, the ligaments, and the fascia. Which means we're going to have more of a response, more of a reaction. Flexing and kicking through, sideline kick, point the toes, send it back. Last one, flex through. On this next one, point the toes, send it all the way back, let it come on the floor, reach all the way back, and yawn the top arm away on the diagonal. You kind of got a little twisted starfish going on. That's it. Reaching that top arm away from the leg. Lovely. And then we're going to come up and we're going to move around onto the other side. Just checking that hip should feel pretty good now. Sitting in it, dead sitting it. That's really good hip release. Everybody okay? Good. Nice. So we come to lie down on the other side. Same thing, your shoulder over shoulder, hip over hip, knee over knee, foot over foot. Remember, if I had you on your back, it'd be like this. And that's all you're doing with the top leg. But on your side, we get to access a little bit more range. So press the hand down into the floor to support the shoulders, opening up through the collarbones. Send the top hip away. Press the bottom leg down. Allow the top leg to float. Keep that angle in the leg. Don't let it change shape. Crease in the hip. Yawn it open. So just keep your focus on this hip flexor. That's all that you're doing. The rest of the leg is just the rest of the leg. We're not worried about it just yet. So we really want to open up through the front of the hip without having to access or overcomplicate anything in our lower back. And we really want to fold the front. Really easy crease. That's it. Keep going for me, nice easy breath. Double check if you're like straining to check on everything. You know what you're doing now. Relax the head. Yawn open. I can't believe my neighbor is still drilling into that bloody wall. Keep going. On this last one, the knee comes through. Kick the door away. That's it. Flex out. Kick that foot long and away from you as if you're standing down onto it. Same principle is happening in the hip. We've just added on more leg and point the toes back. Flex in the foot and kick that leg through. Point in the toes and send it back behind you. Flexing in the foot and pointing. I'm getting louder as he gets louder. Flex and point. Lovely. Last one. Side kicking through and point and send it all the way back. Let the toes come onto the floor. Stretch it back behind you in that corner of your mat and reach your fingertips out in the opposite direction. Have a little shake out there. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring you onto all fours. So 4-point kneeling position, your quadruped position. Hands directly underneath the shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips. Take a little moment to get into that position. And feel free to move in your cat-cow. So activating using the floor to round the spine, nose to pubic bone, and then inhale, open the sitting bones, and allow the spine to undulate through. Hopefully you already find that ease in the front of the hips now that maybe isn't always there. Inhale to open the sitting bones, allow the spine to undulate through. And exhale, soften the pelvis, tilt, let the pelvis be the driver, the head passenger. Nice, guys. We're going to take a look at some of our quadruped material. And just before we do, can you make sure that you've got your hands really wide displayed? Off in camera. And that you don't have that sense of locking out. So we know we've got loads of range. So can you keep the elbows soft? Turn the eyes of the elbows, those creases, around towards the front, over the fingertips, and maybe a soft bend. Press the floor away, but squeeze those armpits like you're holding 2 lemons underneath there. And activate the body. So you're not just hanging out, everything locked, hanging into that shape. You've got that sense of the elbow to wrap around. You're pressing the floor away. There's a soft bend. You can open the shoulder blades a little bit, draw the bottom back, but still keep the sitting bones open to come into your neutral. Use the floor. Let it activate your quadruped. Don't sink or soften or sag into this. Pressing down with the right hand, the left shin and foot. Can you reach the opposite arm and leg away without anything tilting, rocking? That's it. And then drag it back in. And literally just trace it on the floor. Really activate the standing diagonal first. And come back through. Check in again. So I could place a lovely hot cup of tea on your back. Nothing would happen. There's not even any shake or shimmy or wriggle or anything. That's it. Use the floor. Press away. Stabilizing diagonal doing all the work. Other arm and leg just showing off. So what needs to work? What needs to activate? What needs to press down in order to let the other arm and leg reach away? Good. Let's take it a little bit further, like some of you have been doing, into our animal flow. So I want you to have your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Really important that you have that soft bend and you turn the eyes of the elbows around. You're going to walk your knees in a little bit further underneath you so your knees are in line with your belly button, and tuck your toes for me, guys. Pressing down with all 6 points now into the floor. Sitting bones wide, bottom ribs draw back, puff up in between the shoulder blades. Press down with 5 points in order to allow the right hand to just hover up off the mat. So what needs to press down without you seeing it is just to let that hand have a little light hover. And then bring it back down. What needs to press down? What needs to activate? What needs to go down to let the left hand come up off the mat? It's very small. That's it. Arms are a little bit easier than lower limbs. We go again. What needs to press down and activate to allow that right leg to just hover up the mat just a tiny bit. And down through. Nothing changes in the spine. Press down to allow the left leg. Good, guys. Shake out through the toes. Have a little tap tap. Come down onto your elbows and have a little stir. Relax the wrists. And then bring those hands back underneath the shoulders. Eyes at the elbows, rotate around. Slight soft bend, squeeze those lemons in the armpits, press, and open through the upper back. Tuck the toes for me. Lovely. And activating by pushing down, can you hobble your glass knees up off the mat for me, just an inch, if even that, without changing the position of your spine. Sitting bones reach away from the crown of the head, and we take 3 big deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Lower those knees a little bit, but don't let them touch the floor. Inhale and exhale. Well done, everybody. Are we locking out? You're active. You could move if we were ready to. Good. Nice. Release the knees, tap out through the toes. Bring the big toes together, the knees wide, and push back into your child's pose. Feel free to steeple the fingers and allow your chest to drop through. Big deep breath into the back of you, the sides of you. Exhale, soften into this position. Nice. And from here, come into your 4-point kneeling position again, maybe to the top of your mat if you're using one. Send the right leg back behind you, tuck the toes of the right leg. Using that sense of activating, you press down to stay in your position, bring the other leg back to join you without anything changing in the body. Squeeze those glutes together a little bit for me, and exhale, soften it, lower yourself down to the mat. Chest coming through the elbows. Very nice. Shake out through the legs here. Bring your hands in front of you and let your forehead come onto your hands and have a little shimmy out, a little side to side, a little rock. Nice. We're going to move quite swiftly through our back line work. So activating the back line and opening the front of you. So what you want to do is have your hands down in front of you. Shuffle back. And I want you to imagine that you're pulling your mat apart. The hands are going to pull apart, the elbows will go wide, so will the collarbones. And as you do that, it's not massive, you'll notice your forehead lifts up off the floor, your chest starts to shine forward a little bit, and you're literally tearing the mat apart. You'll come into a tiny bit of chest extension, and then exhale, soften, and come like that. And again, we soften. We're pulling the mat apart. You feel the energy of the collarbones, the elbows going wide, and you notice your chest peaks up and through, and then come back down. One more time. Exhale, pull the mat apart. Inhale here for me. Exhale, soften, come back through. Take those hands back now, in line with your shoulders, armpits, to your prone press position. Your shoulders will shrug forward, your elbows will stick up in the air a little bit like a grasshopper, and you'll bring your forehead onto the floor. Whilst you're here, take your focus to your pelvic floor. Draw your belly button back towards your spine, like there's a big ice cube underneath there. And we move with that same exhalation. We widen through the collarbones first, and we start to reach the elbows back towards our heels. In order to come up, shining our breath going forward. Bottom ribs are still on the mat. This is your prone press. Inhale here. Exhale, soften, coming back down. Anything going on in the lower back, draw the legs a little bit closer to each other. Make sure you are in your pelvic neutral, 12 and 6. Hello, Pat. Nice. So we widen through the collarbones and exhale and reach the elbows back behind you into your prone press. It's just the upper back doing the work here. Inhale at the top, exhale, soften and come back down. One more time, widen through the collarbones, reach the elbows back behind you. Inhale up here, you might get a tiny bit higher. Exhale, soften and come back down. Turn your cheek to one side and reach your arms long and away along your mat. Turn the palms to face in towards your thighs and have energy through those fingertips. Bring your forehead back onto the floor for me. Keep reaching those arms back behind you. They'll hover up off the mat. And as you continue to reach, can you widen through the collarbones and find that chest extension in your dart. So it'll be a little bit lower because we're not using the hands, but you have that sense of widening through the collarbones, opening through the front of you a little bit, shining your breastbone just a little bit forward, maybe your eye line as well, and reaching those fingertips back behind you into your dart. And then exhale, soften, come down and turn your cheek to the other side. We're just going to do one or two of these to prep for a swan. So we send the energy of the fingertips back towards our heels. Your forehead comes onto the mat. Widen through the collarbones for me and reach those fingertips long and away. Crown of the head reaching away from the toes. Inhale here, exhale, soften and come back down. Strengthening your back line. Bring your hands back through underneath your shoulders. We're coming back to our prone press. Belly button rolls back towards the spine a little bit. We find our pelvic neutral. Forehead comes onto the mat. Widen through the collarbones. Exhale, reach those elbows back and come into your prone press. If you want to, inhale here. And on an exhale, press the floor away from you and peel the whole of the body up. Now remember, for our swan, the extension is in the upper thoracic. The belly button is still drawing back towards the spine. So it's different than yoga, where we can find a real sense of back bend. I want you to protect that lower back a little bit more. Draw the belly button back towards the spine. That's it. You might be on your knees, some of you might be on your thighs. Just got a little bit more slack in your front line than I do, which is great. Stack those hands directly in underneath your shoulders for me, guys. And note this is a little bit stronger. It feels better. You're in full swan here as we inhale. Exhale, soften and lay yourself down through the arms, lengthening that front line all the way back down. Maybe replace the hands. We'll go again. We move through prone press into swan. Keep your pelvic club awareness for me. That ice cube just turns into an iceberg. It gets bigger. Imagine that. So, width through the collarbones. Exhale, widen the collarbones, send the elbows back behind you. Prone press. Maybe you stay here. Check the belly button. Inhale into the back of you. Exhale, press the floor away, coming up into your swan. Stack the hands a little bit more underneath your shoulders and allow your eye line to come through. Not all the way up, it's just lengthening out. Inhale here, exhale, bring those elbows into the side of the body to lay yourself all the way back down with a nice consistent pace. Bring the hands underneath the forehead. Shake out here if you wanted to. You can bring them back behind you. In fact, bring the hands back underneath the shoulders and press back into your child's pose. You don't often need to counteract it because you weren't in a massive back bend. In fact, your lower back won't have hopefully taken any of the strain at all, but just check in with it in case it did. Moving the body into flexion. Oh, I'm just going to have to make a decision now. I've got 3 exercises left. Okay. Unravel for me a little bit here. Good. Come into a cross-legged position. This way. Doesn't matter which, and reach the arms out and rest them on a coffee table for your assisted or variation spine stretch. Inhale here. Exhale, soften and reach the fingertips all the way along an imaginary coffee table. Keep sliding along the coffee table until there comes a point where you want to drop the fingertips down, hang on here, over those legs, into those hips, into those buttocks, into that lower back. Maybe walk the fingers, crawl them forward a little bit more. And then just unravel and come up to ceiling. Change the crossing of your legs. Go again. We lengthen through the spine, lovely and tall. And then exhale and soften and slide these hands along that imaginary coffee table. We allow the fingertips to drop. Hanging out here, maybe walking the hands a little bit further. Good. And then unravel all the way back up. Cross the legs again. We're going to go one more time. We're going to change it up a little bit. So we're going to lengthen the fingertips out. Exhale, soften, slide along the coffee table. Dropping the fingertips down. We're hanging over our head. Could you walk your hands around to the right? A little bit of a side bend going on. Can you then walk them back through the center and go to your left? Nice, easy breath, hang out here. And come back through the center. And then unravel, unroll all the way up to seated. Change the crossing in your legs. It's to do with how much we're finding that flexion. Fingertips out. Lengthen through the spine. Exhale, soften. Reach those hands along the coffee table. Imagine they're covered in paint. Squeeze out. Yeah, nice. Drop your fingertips down. Notice if this is easier, you go further when the legs are in this fold. We walk the hands around to either side, maybe to the left first this time, having a little yawn open of the lats and the QL, and then we slide around, just sliding on the floor here, to the other side, coming back up through center, Unraveling, allow your arms to go back behind you when you do. The feet go as wide as your mat. Windspring wiper out through those hips. Lovely. Sweep those legs back behind you into your 4-point kneeling position. If comfortable, tuck the toes. We're going to bring yourselves up to standing. So use whatever's comfortable. Maybe you're 1 foot through and use your knee. Today, maybe you can take your weight back into your feet. You can allow your heels to drop onto the floor and your head to hang out in between the legs. Exhale and unroll all the way up to standing. Allow the spine to cascade back into place. Have a little shake off there. And we finish like we began. So we inhale, we reach the arms up. Exhale, press down in front of you. Get that length in the spine. Inhale, take that big jumper off. Exhale, press the ceiling away. Inhale here. Exhale, round and contract over a massive beach ball. Shaking out through the body and the head and unroll, unravel, however you want to. And we are done for the day. I'm going to come down. Feel free. I might unmute you all to say hi and check in and give me feedback.